What is up, guys? Today we are back with a brand new Overwatch strategy video. Today we're going to be going over how to play Hanzo. First, we're going to be talking about Hanzo on the attack. So if you're playing Hanzo on the offense, you want to come out guns, bow and arrow blazing. Make sure to ready up with your scatter arrow before checking around corners or going into close quarters situations, because you should win almost every 1v1 you get into if you can react quickly enough. Hopping around a corner, climbing over a wall, or just shooting off a sonic arrow into the enemy choke point is also extremely beneficial to proper positioning to counter whatever strategy the opposing team may have. Hanzo differs greatly from the other sniper in the game, Widowmaker, in a very significant way. Widowmaker relies on being properly positioned before going on the offense, while Hanzo works as a sort of hybrid character in that aspect. If your team's in the middle of a team fight and you're needed on the front line, as a Hanzo you can certainly do that, which isn't something you can really say about Widowmaker. If your team is steadily advancing a payload and wants a sniper to cover their backs in case of a counterattack from behind, you can also cover that niche as Hanzo, but that niche is, in most cases, better covered by Widowmaker. Finding out which sniper you'd most likely be best at can be easily determined by asking yourself one simple question. Am I solely good at camping to support my team, or am I better when I have options on how I can set up? There's not really a wrong answer here, but Widowmaker is a pure sniper. Most of the time you will be camping. If you want a little variety in offensive prowess, pick Hanzo. Moving over to defense, Hanzo works largely the same as he does offensively. There are some heroes that completely rely on a certain playstyle for offense and a completely different one for defense, but Hanzo has the benefit of a customizable playstyle that can change as often as he really needed to. His kit allows him to play very aggressively or very defensively in both an attack and defense mode, and still work extremely well as long as the player knows what they're doing. Finally, we have matchups. Hanzo has a few fantastic matchups and a few really bad matchups, with the rest lying completely in the middle as far as favorability in a 1v1 goes. Widowmaker has the ability to accurately headshot on the first shot, making her one of Hanzo's worst matchups overall. Reinhardt also tends to be pretty annoying to deal with if he's focusing on you because of his shield, making the matchup pretty bad against Hanzo. The sole exception to this is that Reinhardt is susceptible to scatter arrows when he's not paying attention to you or not shielding, so a good Hanzo won't have many issues with him. Typically, Reapers will teleport behind you and take you out in a couple body shots rather easily. The lack of mobility makes this difficult to combat against. If you can keep track of a Genji, he isn't nearly as big of a problem as you might think he'd be. Finally, on the top of the threat list, we have Pharah. She floats and you shoot arrows. No further explanation is really needed, right? In my experience, at least, I've had an exceptionally easy time taking out Soldier 76, Torbjorn, McCree, Zenyatta, Symmetra, and Mei. Basically, characters that are somewhat inaccurate at a mid to long range which, as a Hanzo, I can take full advantage of. This isn't to say that I pub stomp every single time I face these characters, but it does seem like going against them while being mindful of every trick they have makes my job on the team much easier. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. If you happen to enjoy it, please consider dropping me a like or subscribing if you're new to the channel. Till next time, peace.